Good. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder. We are going to talk about the second Republican debate that I watched last night with the Miss. And we got to talk about this. So when I finish getting myself together, I'm going to play some music. And I will be right back. Good evening. Good afternoon. Yes. I'm rolling back. Got more. Because of this one, only I could do YouTube and Facebook. The page. Other ones I can't because they say you gotta pay GoPro. I can't pro this shit now. So the rest of them I gotta post one by one. And this is only up to like 6. You know, paying. Right. Mm-hmm. No, usually Republican Ed Chipman back in 2009, 2010. He was. Oh, that's it.
You just letting it go?
Yeah, he's 5 minutes. All right. Good now. Okay. That's it. Okay. Hey, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Doctors. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best secrets on social media. We here. Check your email. We are going to talk about the second debate that is very alarming, family. Hope I can get some people to join the panel. I already sent the emails out. And like I said before, I know that's certain you don't like to listen to, but you better. You better because it affects our families. And so we gonna get these announcements out the way. And I ain't gonna be here that long, so yeah, so I think I gotta take care of. But to my underrated one family, the one who have been with me throughout the years, and including now, and the ones joining go, thank y'all so much. And let's keep on working with each other, and let's keep on fighting for that righteous chip. And let's do it. Also, shout out to the mighty LDBC family that stands for Lions Den Boxing Community, also basketball community. Brother Tom Biz had introduced me to the family years ago, and I got to know Brother 7-8 Sports TV, better known as a general. He's the one that started it. And shout out to Brother Black Fight Fan, shout out to Brother Ticket TV, and the others, brothers and sisters that part of the LDBC family. I've been rolling with them for years, and I'm still rolling with them right now. So shout out to the mighty LDBC. Thank y'all so much. Also, shout out to hashtag TWT family that's head up with Brother Gab and his significant one, Sister Kui. That's a beautiful movement that they have, and it's all about make lives better and stuff. So shout out to y'all and everybody else, to your families too. Um, I'm gonna say this though, and I know it's gonna be quite a few people in this space had not watched the second annual Republican debate. You better, if you want to watch it again or you didn't watch it, you better, because there's quite a few things, quite a few. I mean, I believe that, like I said, believe there are information that we need to pay attention to. They talk about shrinking the government. You see, had this no good congressman named Tim Scott. I forgot what he's from. I believe from South Carolina, and he made derogatory statements about us as African Americans. And this was like toward like the end, and he want to blame the Democrat Party that caused the demise of African Americans. Again, I don't have listen. Either party had not did anything for us, and I know people going to disagree with that, but we better pay attention because they are people that looks like us. They are non-alignment. Us to be better. They still want to eat out of the devil's table. And we have to understand he's one of them, and there are some Democrats are wanted, are some too, and I'm gonna get on them too, but we gonna stick to the other Republicans, and they could say that they want African Americans, but they haven't. And I know there are some brothers and sisters that are Hispanic. Um they are part of the Republican Party for almost 40 years. But again, us as people of African descent, we still be getting disfranchised. It seems like we don't have a voice. And it's very, very important that we gotta keep on saying it. And there are other voices in America right now has been being counted. Except us. And I don't know y'all how y'all feel, but I have a problem with that. I really do. People of color. I heard when it comes to us, it's always people of color. What happened to say we are descendants of Africa, we African descent of this country. I'm gonna start saying that, but blacks or you know, there's people say, oh, blacks, that's just a color, that's just this and that. No, people are African descent. I don't want to say people of color because the people of color has never represented us anyway. But I'm gonna talk more about that too in the near future. So that means I'm gonna ruffle people's feelings. So I don't care. Truth is the truth. Like I always say, not made up. In life, truth is true, false is false. That's what it is. But I hope I can get the miss on. But she's working now. I hope that she get on because it's very disturbing how the Republican playbook has not changed. The timing has not changed, but the playbook has not changed. If you would have heard them, they anti everything. Oh, we with them like that. I think when I was watching the debate, former Governor Christie from New Jersey, I said he's very consistent going after Trump throughout the years. But they're not gonna give it to him because But then you got a guy that is Indian up there. He's a businessman. He wants to be the Republican nominee, and he oh yeah, we should respect Trump legacy and stuff. So there are still some they still scared of Trump. And me and the Miss, we have a little disagreement about DeSantis, the governor of Florida and stuff. And I said my little disagreement of the Miss is that yeah, he go after Trump, but it's not enough. And you see people just acting like, well, the minute they act like little kids. Yeah, if you ever see they act like little kids, they like they're just trying to gain points. But at the same time, when America is suffering right now, and we approaching one of the first government shutdown, they are quiet as mouses. Even mouses had talk louder than them. Now people say, number one grinding. Why you go after Republicans and stuff like that? Because those are they number one, that's they debate last night, and then number two, they control the House. And the sad thing about it, there are some Republicans have hold prominent positions on the Senate too. They even some to trying to impeach governor impeach not governor impeach President Biden. And there are some right now that in law they say they don't have enough to impeach the President Biden. And I know you heard about Hunter and with his dealings and outside United States and stuff, and and they keep on hopping on it while we suffering as Americans. So the questions that we need to ask, and I'm on the Republicans now. When the Democrat have theirs, I will jump on them too. But the question that we need to ask right now is that are you going to take care of the American family? Because no matter what happens, they're going to get paid. And I think that the networks, no matter if you conservative, no matter you liberal, no matter you progress or wherever you are, you need to ask the question: are you going to take care of America? And I said this: the Democrats, the Republicans is throwing y'all a bone, and y'all not taking advantage of it. Y'all just playing. Y'all just want to talk. No, it's all about to attack. If it's right, you got standing for what's right. And we have to understand. I know people ain't gonna like what I say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And I don't care. I don't care what you feel about. We just had to understand there are people in this country do not want America to be equal. We have to understand that. And this is part of the America that we live in for centuries and centuries. They not. They have been raised that way. You look at their politics, you look how their well-being is, you see how their resources is. There are people in this USA do not want America to be equal, and we have to understand that. And it goes for the Republican side, also the Democrat side, even some that are independent. We have to understand that. So let me get that out the way. Get back at these Republicans. We are 48 hours away. That's going to be a possible government shutdown. There's a lot of people right now could be affected, not in a good way. But these are, let me repeat this again. These are the same ones still want to impeach Governor Biden. Now, I mean President Biden. I'm sorry. And I'm a big Biden fan. No, I'm not. But at the same time, he is the president. And I'm a big fan of Kamala Harris. No, I'm not. But she is a vice president. And I'm a big fan of the Senate. No. But what it is, what it is. But I would say to y'all that do not want America to be equal, I'm gonna tell you this: when they go through this government shutdown, y'all gonna be affected too. And what y'all gonna say then when you lose your federal job and the resources that comes with it? What you gonna say? You cannot buy groceries? What you gonna say? I cannot put gas in my car? What you can say? Oh, I'm trying to pay for my kids so they go to college, had a better life. What about your retirement plan and your pension? Huh? That you do not want America to be equal. Huh? What y'all gonna say then? Huh? And even the ones that looks like us, people of African descent that wants to be on the wrong side, goes for y'all too. What y'all gonna say then? Because I'm letting y'all know right now, that if something happen to y'all, don't come over here. You with the unrighteous. You made your stand. Don't come back over here because you're not wanted here. Okay? Like I said before, the beginning of this week, and I'm saying it right now, these are critical times. This is not the time to play games with people's lives at stake. This is not the time. And we have to understand that the people in office, they don't care. There are still hundreds of unions still on strike. Do you think the Republicans will talk about that? Do you think they're going to be trying to do whatever they can to make sure that people get, people get paid, get the wages that they deserve? And again, I know people going to say, "Why are you talking Democrat?" Because Democrats is don't have a debate yet, so I'm talking to Republicans. These are serious times, family. And I cannot answer the question that I'm putting out there. I cannot answer that for y'all. Y'all gotta answer that for yourselves. And I know I'm not the only one saying this. No, so I'm not. Because for me, I'm with the miss right now. So when she take me back, I could, she take back her second home. I gotta understand. I know she gonna be worried, but I gotta find. I gotta find a way to keep my household together too. That leave me living by myself because the government shutdown is going to affect everybody. So I would say this, that if you know your congressman, you know your congressman, you need to burn a phone, get on that phone. Make sure you have a charger. Put it on charge. You at your job, you want to go, or you even know where they office. Like go to their office. If you got the number where they at in DC, you know what I'm saying. Do what you have to do. Oh, he can't. He or she cannot answer the call. I leave my number, but I'm keep on calling. And that lame duck McCartney, he needs to go. He don't knows what he talking about. And again, family, I'm saying it again. I know.
Trying to please everybody.
Huh?
He's trying to please everybody.
Yeah, he trying to please everybody. You cannot please everybody. To do what's right, you're not gonna please everybody, family. I learned that from my moms. To do what's right, you're not gonna please everybody. You're not. But he has an obligation to do right for Americans, but they not. You got wishy-washy former Vice President Pence. We need to do something like that. That Trump was holding your jock strap. Can't say nothing, huh? So you gotta let me know you can't even stand it for do what's right. And so we're gonna go more about this, but I definitely want to have panel participation because it's very important. And please don't think that it's not going to happen to y'all because it is. If this going down, if there's nothing changed within the 48 hours, don't think it ain't gonna happen because it is. Maybe it might not happen right then and there, but it's gonna be a ripple effect. It is. No. Hold on, family. So I'm gonna put the link out. So if people want to get on, they can get on. And like I said, I want have a panel discussion. I really do. Cause like I said, I'm not gonna be here long. And but like I said, hope we can get Miss on and everything. But she's working and because there are certain things that that she had to shake her head too, like I did. Like what? Huh? Oh, oh God, brother Auntie. Hey, good afternoon, my brother.
Chilling. Make sure my audio is right. All right. So you might be able to hear me a little bit better now. What's good with you, man?
I'm good. I'm just trying to do the right thing, trying to put out information.
Hey, I just saw the link on IG, man. My power went out earlier. That shit just came
Yeah,
up. So I was like, man, I had a little downtime. I'm like, let me chop it up with the homie JT. You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate
Underrated
that.
darkness. And I saw you talking about the Republican debate. So what's good? Yeah, I got my thoughts on that. The conversations are gonna shift. You know what I'm saying, toward the end of the year because I'm saying, it's an election year.
Yeah,
2024 is that. So the conversations are gonna shift. I'm just gonna say, like, I believe this was pretty much the ploy, the trick. Um, Whether you believe it was trickery or whatever in the last election, it really doesn't matter. I believe both parties are okay with just getting Trump out of there because a current sitting president does not have to fight for that party nomination. They don't have to fight for it. So I think they were determined to make him go through a Republican primary again. So putting him up against DeSantis or whatever was something that they wouldn't have been able to do had he still been sitting.
yeah.
So
Talking about Trump.
you're gonna see a lot of mud get slung. You're pretty much gonna see other Republican candidates pretty much do what he did back in 2016, and that's just sling ridiculous mud at each other, which is something that
Yeah,
Republicans usually do not do. Um, it was kind of new to Democrats when you saw that last that primary back in 2020. When you saw all of the mud, I mean, there was a reason why Kamala had to drop out. Like they opened up her file. You know, so you're going to see
yeah,
a lot more mud get slung just with social media and all of this stuff. They're going to try to tell you it's Russian bots and all of that shit. Now, information just gets disseminated a lot easier, a lot quicker, and now people can do homework and trade it with each other now. So
Right.
there's some shit you're just not gonna be able to hide.
Yeah, exactly. See. My thing is a brother and T, right? I know, and I'm gonna repeat this. And like I told people, you can go back on my lives, like beginning of the week. I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna stand on it. I know there are certain things we don't like to watch politics, and I get it. But I said certain things you better pay attention.
Mm. Yeah.
You better pay attention because different times, same playbook. And then I'm saying that out of respect. Different time, same playbook. And
Mm.
when they talk about the government shutdown and stuff, and I told people, you better pay attention. Oh, it ain't gonna happen. You better pay attention.
Oh, it's happened
So
before, and it'll happen again. Yeah, without
yeah,
a doubt.
exactly. So that's right. That's my point. So there's people. Oh, it ain't gonna. Yeah, you better. And so I'm gonna take it on and put out the information. It's up to y'all to accept it or not to accept it. But just to understand, don't want to grind. I didn't know. Well, I said it. It's on here as public ground. So I tell people, you better pay attention what's going on. You better pay attention what's going on. I'm not saying you gotta go through, you gotta listen to everything, but pay attention of the patterns. And so that's
Mm.
what I'm going to do.
Well, I mean, Malcolm X tried to tell him this back in '63 or whatever. I mean, you should be able to tell these trends in these political elections. It is what it is. Understand where the swing vote is. There's always going to be a swing vote for the most part. These parties are going to put out propaganda, usually equally. So, there's always going to be like one demographic that they're really fighting for. For the most part. There's going to be a constituency that's usually evenly divided, and there's going to be a demographic that wherever they go, that's who's going to get what I'm saying? That's who's going to get it. And the
Mhm.
reason why a lot of people pay attention to the presidential elections, usually that's where it trickles down from that. You know what I'm saying? If a Republican wins a presidential election, usually Republicans are going to win. You know what I'm saying? That down ballot too, and same rules apply with Democrats. Usually, of course, there's a system of checks and balances that's supposed to be in place. Usually, but as far as those three branches, usually the whoever wins the presidential election is going to get two out of three of those branches at least. You know.
That's the hope.
That's the hope. Yeah, you know what? And also I'm gonna say this though too, and I know that the automobile plants is going on strike, but I would say this that like I said, I could be wrong, but I think wherever states that has automobile plants at, I believe besides Michigan, those going to be the swing states.
Mm,
That's what I think. And what I'm looking at what's going on last few weeks, the striking and stuff. So I'm just saying, I'm letting people know. I said it if you the way how brother NT explained it, and how I explain it, it's gonna be more than Michigan. Gonna be some swing states, and
mm,
those swing states gonna deal with the ones that had the automobile plants and stuff. Because that it seems that's like the conversation is one of the conversations really going.
mm. Yeah. No, I mean that's exactly what's going. Like I said, you're gonna see a lot of mud get slung. Yeah, it's just gonna really get out of hand. It's gonna really get out of hand. It's just what we're living in is, if you ever saw that movie Idiocracy, that's really what it's becoming, where presidential elections are going to turn into like professional wrestling matches. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if within the next 10 years you start to see more celebrities. You know what I'm saying? It's really just a popularity contest. That's what it's going to be. Now, hopefully, there's going to be a system in place where our elections are actually monitored a little bit better. And I'm not talking about just the way this information is disseminated, but just as far as vote counting and ballot counting and stuff like that, because like I say, it's getting out of hand. It's just really getting out of hand to the point where the people have no voice. I understand why there's an electoral college. I understand why it makes more sense than the popular vote. Most people don't. They're not even politically astute enough to understand why that makes sense. They're like, oh, but the popular vote. I'm like, nah, it does. I mean, you're talking about four states that literally have probably about 75% of the nation's population, in them. So without an electoral college, you know, I mean, you can win two to three of those four states, and you win the election automatically, and you can pretty much disregard the other 46 states. You know, which
Yeah.
is one of the reasons why Hillary Clinton can win a popular vote but still not win the election. And even she admitted she neglected campaigning in certain states because they usually just vote Democrat, or they not going to vote Republican no matter, or I'm sorry, or they're going to vote Republican no matter what. So she didn't even campaign in them. Little did she know, and her campaign managers, they didn't know, that hey, a lot of those people were on the fence. They were on the fence. So I mean, I thought that brought light of a lot of things that, look, people are getting sick of what they see in politics. Like, they're just sick of it. And that's really what somebody like Donald Trump represents. He just represents a middle finger to the face of politicians. Like, that's the best way it wasn't that people just loved Trump or they didn't want a woman or anything like that, because with the exception of Joe Biden, on paper, Hillary Clinton was probably the most qualified candidate in history. But qualifications don't really help you in this day and age, because all it proves is that you've been part of a corrupt system for the last 40, 50 damn years.
Yeah.
So people want to change. You know what I'm saying? Your qualifications ain't a notch in the belt anymore.
Yeah. And I
No.
think and I think that was the change. What I see that the last 20 years, that when you have an establishment Republican or establishment Democrat, there's no, that's like experience, like you talking about Hillary Clinton, they're part of the establishment. And
Mm.
so that establishment is no longer accepted. And so now you got extreme, you got other people who do not qualify how to know how to run the government and stuff like that. Now you can look at the locals and stuff, and this is like popular now. So we used to always say, yeah, you want to get experience, let's start from the local. Now local, instead, even it's a joke. So this is the thing that like, again, go back on my point. Tell people, you better pay attention what's going on here. Pay attention, because it's happening in your face, and you refuse to see it. And that is very, very important, that sometimes we gotta have these conversations. And sometimes, I'm not saying you, brother Auntie, but sometimes people don't want to have these conversations. You better pay attention. You better pay attention and I'm not saying have long conversations, but it should be, conversations should be often. You should know what's going on. If you do not like what's going on, if you know, you have the right, if you have a vote, you have the right to speak up. But at the same time, especially people, we ain't gonna talk about outside of space, because we already know what's going on outside of space. But I'm talking about people in the space. They go, oh, da, 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 da. And then when it happened to them, oh man, why did it happen? Well, other people been saying it, and you don't want to pay attention. You want to be on la la land instead of reality smacking your face. Now all of a sudden you want to deal with it, but it'd be too late. So all I'm just saying, pay attention, family. Pay attention, but when it's smacking in your face, don't run to me. Don't run to me. Because it's right there in public ground. After this, after whatever time this live stream is off, it's public. It's public. Don't run to me, because I'm not explaining it to you. I'm not. Brother Auntie is not explaining it to you.
Yeah, I'm not. I just tell people. I don't tell people, oh, you got to vote Republican, oh, you got to vote
No, I'm not.
Democrat,
No.
oh, you got to be an independent, oh, you got to pick this candidate. I tell people, man, vote in your own best interest. Don't worry about what your neighbors are saying. Don't worry about what the news is saying. They got their own agendas. Hopefully they do. A lot of people are just controlled by, yeah, basically, because those are, especially black folks, look, understand that those other demographics that you really trying to compete with, I ain't talking about white folks, man. They know they got to band together and do what they got to do in order to just maintain their status in this country. They know they got to do that. I'm talking about them other demographics that kind of just come over here and they consider themselves minorities just like you do. They don't give a fuck who's in office. They don't. Okay, and they understand that whoever ends up is in office, that just determines which way they're going to pivot. They're like, okay, if this person gets in, this is what we're going to have to do. If this person gets in, this is what we're going to have to do. And I know this just in my line of work, as a marketing business consultant. I mean, they understand, like, look, with Democrats in office, I might just be better off with a job instead of owning the damn business because I'm going to get banged. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get banged for taxes. I'm not going to get the damn incentives that I need to hire people, upgrade my facilities, upgrade the equipment that I'm using. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get tax breaks and incentives for doing that. So you know what I'm saying? Like the capital gains aren't necessary. You know what I'm saying? The capital gains taxes aren't necessarily going to be there, and the incentives aren't going to be there for me to reinvest in my business. So I'll be better off downsizing. I'll be better off downsizing, cutting labor costs, and possibly even becoming an employee. You know what I'm saying? They also understand that with, you know what I'm saying, with Republicans like a Trump in office, that there are less roadblocks there for the actual owner. You know what I'm saying? If you're reinvesting your money, they're going to be, just more incentives for you. They just understand that. So based on who's in office, that just determines the direction they go in.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say this for us. I say people, us as people of African descent. I said us as a people. Vote within your interest. Stop listening to other people to tell. Oh, you need to vote. No, vote for your interest. Okay. Stop voting for other people because it's not getting us anywhere.
Mm.
It's not getting us anywhere. Stop it. I told people
I agree
stop.
with JT on that. Hey, don't vote for people. Don't vote for parties. You vote for your own best interest.
Vote for your own interest.
Don't worry about all that. So Trump's a racist and this one's fighting for you and all that. Don't believe that. That's all. That's BS. That's BS. None of them give a shit about you. And that includes Trump. That includes Democrats. That includes all of them. Because had Trump been able to run on the Democratic ticket, he would have. It's just they had their candidates already selected. So he ran on the only ticket he could actually get a nomination on. So you know what I'm saying, they don't give a shit about that. Don't worry about that. None of those parties are for you. And not only that, left, right, same bird. You know what I'm saying? Left wing, right wing, same bird. Same bird. Two sides of the same coin. Do what's best for you.
Right. So after January 20th of next year, do not come to my goddamn channel. Oh, we should have, because I said it. I said it back towards the end of September. Vote for your interests.
Yeah, I would go a step. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, don't. No, I'm just saying one more thing. I get back to you. Don't come to my channel, because Auntie was right there. Vote for your interests. Mm-hmm. Don't come to me though. I should have. No, I should have my ass.
And I tell them that, like, I'm a registered independent, so I can't even vote in primaries, and I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I also know that I'm 1099. I'm an independent contractor for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay my taxes every damn pay period. I pay my taxes at the end of the damn year. You know what I'm saying? After I've made my money. So I'm looking for as many tax breaks, incentives, all of those things. So like I said, for the most part, you know what I'm saying, the Republican ticket is going to be in my best interest. At least that's the way it is now. That's just me. But I also understand that somebody that's a nurse, you work for a hospital, or you have a county job or something like that, you probably don't have the same situation that I have. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to vote the other direction.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But also understand this, because I heard somebody say that a long time ago. I heard two white boys arguing about politics, and they're like, "Oh, but you want your taxes to go up? You want your taxes to go up?" And the guy's like, "Oh, those tax breaks are for the rich. Are you rich?" He's like, "No, I'm not rich, but the people I work for are rich. So you give them tax breaks so I can keep my job and possibly get a raise." So just understand that. Look past your nose. Just look past your nose. There was a local bill a long time ago. Like, I know now everybody wants to raise the minimum wage, and I know it came locally, where it's like, could we raise the minimum wage? And I was literally the only, like, one of the few people in my district that voted to not raise the minimum. I was like, nah, it's got to stay low. You know what I'm saying? It's got to stay where it is. And they're like, well, why wouldn't you want to give people more money? I was like, you never giving people more money. It's currency. It's always coming from some place. So as a bit, and at the time I owned and ran a business. So I'm like, yo, if you bump up, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you tell me I got to pay my employees 15, 20% more, you know what I'm saying? And I have, you know what I'm saying, 7 employees, You really think I'm about to lose money because you said so? I'm about to fire somebody, and I'm about to jump up. I'm about to bump up everybody else's workload. I'm about to fire somebody. I'm about to get a salary off the damn books, and then I can give everybody instead of raising everybody's wage $3. You know what I'm saying? Instead of raising everybody's wage $3, I'll fire somebody. You know what I'm saying? And get rid of an extra 15, $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? And then just give everybody an extra dollar raise on top of that. An extra dollar raise and whatever. It works out the same for me. I just had to cut a little labor cost, and that's it. You know, I still make the same amount, might even make more. But at the same time, this dude just lost his job, all because of that. You know, but people don't think about that, and that's what you're not going to be able to punish people for being successful. That's just not the way America works. So ain't none of that. Oh, we gotta. The rich need to pay their fair share. Now the world doesn't work like that. I'm sorry.
It's capitalistic.
Yeah.
America is a capitalistic country, so you're never gonna get away. You're never gonna run away from capitalism.
Facts. And
You're
that's what I'm
not.
saying. And you're not going to be able to punish people for being successful. I'm going to always say that. Rich people, for the most part, are not rich because the government just looks out for them. You know what I'm saying? They're rich because they pivot. They understand the laws and they do things that influence and change laws. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They make moves in spite of laws.
Yeah,
So
brother Anti. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
now that's pretty much all I'm saying. So if you force them to pay their employees more, they'll find a way to get the job done with less employees.
I'm
If you if
glad
you
that.
if you tax them more, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna
Mhm.
find a way to cut costs somewhere else, dude. They're gonna find a way to get more in capital gains and do more reinvesting. They're just gonna find a way to make it work for them. And if you don't understand that, the government can't help you trust that.
Right, exactly. I want to ask you a question though too, because I want people to understand. I'm gonna use me as an example. Okay, I make the right investment, so I'm up to the bracket. I say, mm, I'm down with the 1% now. Explain to people the mindset. Will you just explain to us?
Mm.
Explain the mindset, because there are, why I'm gonna ask this question, brother NT, because there are some of us had, they made right investments and they moved to another plateau, but they don't know how to deal with it now, that you have to change now because you got more money now. So you in a different bracket now. You cannot be in a certain way. Explain to people in the business aspect.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand, it's a big difference when you go from worker, you know what I'm saying, to owner. Like
Mm-hmm.
you just got more things. You got more responsibilities. Like you got more responsibilities and you got to have more accountability. And at the same time, I'm not going to say that you necessarily need to hide your money, but there are just different loopholes, laws, and things like that favor the investor or reinvestor. Okay. So I think a lot of people, where they mess up is they get jealous because they see that rich guy with that nice car, or they see him with that big house, or they see him with that jewelry on, or they see him with the nice clothes or whatever. But what they don't understand is that man didn't just get a paycheck and buy that shit. He likely had the family trust or the company business buy that. Like that is a business expense.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, he really didn't have to pay for it at all. That he spent the money that you pay in taxes. Like you usually pay that money in taxes right to the government. He was able to
Right.
spend that money legally and buy that Bentley or purchase that limousine and pay that driver the salary, for it, because it's a business expense. On paper, it's not even his. So that's really what you should be trying to do once you get to that 1%. You should be making it so that you really don't buy much of shit. Like you don't buy anything. Your business buys it for you. Well, the business doesn't even buy it for you. The business buys it for itself. You just have to utilize it because you're essentially
Utilize
the
it.
business running. Like you're a business expense, just like the car is a business expense. Everything becomes a business expense.
Right. And see, and this is why right, is that's what Trump do, and that's why he get away. That's why he do what he got to do. You can't get mad at that.
Hmm.
Cause,
That's fact.
I'm in his position. I'm doing the same thing too.
That's fact.
And
And
so this is
also a lot of those folks, believe it or not, they don't wear clothes. They don't buy jewelry. They don't do anything that they don't have a stake in. Like if they don't have stock in the, like if they don't own some kind of percentage of stock in the company or something like that, some amount of shares, they don't even fuck with that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So like if you pay attention, like Donald Trump when he wears his clothes and stuff, those are, you know what I'm saying, those are Trump brand ties and suits and stuff like that. Like he's likely got some kind of stock or some kind of percentage in the sweatshops that manufacture that stuff. You know, if you see him being driven around in a certain type of car, whatever type of
Yeah.
car, he's got a stake in that company in some way, shape, or form. They don't support things they don't have a stake in.
Yeah, exactly. And also go more you in the midpoint and everything. I'm gonna tell people this: if you want to be rich, be rich. Know how to be rich. Stop having that consumer mindset. Stop. It's not working.
Mm.
Stop having that consumer mindset. Entrepreneur, yes, the entrepreneur.
Mm.
Because I just know a lot of us, who's oh yeah, you know, no. You're not consumer mind, you're not in that bracket no more. You rich and you need to be in entrepreneurship, and it's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. Think entrepreneur. You don't smell smell it. You get up, yeah, I'm entrepreneur. Stop.
You mean a wantrepreneur? That's what they call him, a wantrepreneur, not an entrepreneur, but a wantrepreneur. You know?
Stupid. I hate when people don't. People, I mean, like you do. Which one to shoot? Stop. And they be like, look at that. You know, they look at them. I say, you should salute them. Cause listen, where I live at Virginia, I know some personally that are entrepreneurs. And I don't have no problem. They don't have no problem talking to me. They say, yeah, man, you know, wherever you get some money or let us know. We get you going. And and I salute them, hey, yeah, when you get some money, hey, you need to get this, you need to check that out. Let us know. Yeah.
Yeah. Best advice I ever got, and I ain't gonna lie, this was an old small hat, you know what I'm saying, white dude, and I didn't like him. He was a total asshole. But this dude was real about it. He would always, you know what I'm saying, just tell me stuff and give me advice and all types of stuff. And one of the things that I remember, I'll never forget, was just look, rich folks don't give a damn about the laws. They'll break them. Don't give a shit. They just, hey, they're like, yo, if you find me $40,000, it doesn't matter if I made
Yeah.
$400,000 in the
Yeah.
meantime by breaking that law. I'll just say I'm sorry. Straight, he was like, I'll just say I'm sorry.
Yeah, and right, and then go more to your point. Why do you think the people have banks or businesses? They have balloon plans.
Mm. He was like, dude, do whatever he said, man, hey, whatever you can get away with, do it as long as you can get away with it. That's the
Yeah,
mentality that they have. You know,
right.
this is America. This is what it was built on. You know, so I just think that a lot of people don't understand where they are. They
Yeah,
really do
I mean,
think
yeah,
that people that are really up there kind of dance around things, and they kind of just work in the framework. Hell no, they push the envelope. They
yeah.
test the limits. That's why every week you hear about some rich dude that's being indicted or investigated for something. You know, because they stretch the law. They
That's a
just
lot,
do.
right?
I'm not telling anybody go out there and break laws or do illegal stuff, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, you got to push the envelope, because in order for you to make money, it's got to come from somewhere. It's
This
very
guy comes
few of
from
these
some.
dot com billionaires that come up with some new idea and get rich. Let's just keep it real. Most people aren't that creative to come up with ideas on their own or new things. Just invent the like button on Facebook or something like that, or the relationship. Most people don't have that ability, you know.
Right.
So what they do is what I'm saying, those that for the most part get there, they do what they're able to get away with for as long as they're able to get away with it. And then when they get caught, they say, I'm sorry.
And they still win. Just like it was. It reminds me back in 2008, and I want let me get to announcement out the way. Welcome to my channel, the underrated dog. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media. We got brother NT and the missus talking in the background, and also too. So I want to get that out there, and then we talking about the basically the second annual 2024 Republican debate, but also this conversation does goes connected. So I want people to understand that. So anybody that wants to join, we talking about that. And also let me say this though too. If people want to go back, look back in 2008. If that's not long ago. That's not long ago, people, and people still was getting, but like I said, balloon plans, and they was still getting away with murder. You know, so
which would,
yeah,
hey,
so
those bankers should have went to jail for that.
still should have went to jail, right?
They should have
But
went to jail for that. Yeah,
jail, right? Under the jail.
but they got bonuses. They
Bonus,
got
right?
bonuses, golden parachutes.
Right, golden parachutes. Basically, it's a balloon plane, right? And so, so people look. What I'm saying is, looking back at 2008. So, family, you know, hey, you know, stop being dumbfounded what's going on. You gotta know the laws. And so when people are rich and everything, they they in a different bracket. That's a different world that as a consumer you never gonna understand.
I'll go a step further. Like people like, oh, I'm trying to get into the stock market. I was like, what? So you can play a guessing game? Rich folks don't do that. I'm just being real. They don't play a guessing game with the stock market.
No.
They doing what's deeper than insider trading. They put money into the market and make it move in the direction that they want. Okay. And in some cases, like a Donald Trump, for example, they just use a Twitter account and start moving the market with just a tweet here, a tweet there, because the market is based on speculation. What they're projected to get later. So if he says something in a good way for General Motors, the stock of General Motors goes up tomorrow. If he says something that may be bad for General Motors, the stock goes down. So he really tells you where to go, when it comes to that stuff. But somebody else told me something else. Like this is also a nation that's backed by and built on debt. They for the most part, nobody, like everything's intangible. So when you think of, and I'll use Donald Trump as a good example, because if you ever read his book, How to Get Rich, he talks about he walked in the rain, he thought he was finished because he owed the bank, I think like $3 billion or something like that, or 9 billion or something like that. And he thought they was going to take everything. He said he walked home from Fifth Avenue to Park Avenue, bro, all in the rain, walked all the way to walked all the way home. Okay. And the next morning, you think they called him telling him his accounts are closed and all of that, and that's it, we coming to seize everything? No. They told him, come in here. We got another 4 billion for you. 4 or 5 billion for you. Go get our money. Like we got and we got a plan on what you need to do to go get it. And one of them plans is a part of that plan is, you gonna have to run for president, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Because believe it or not, Donald Trump always said that if I ever went broke, I would run for president. He said that in the 80s. So
yeah, he did. I remember that. Right.
Which told you everything you needed to know when he ran. The motherfucker was broke. You know what I'm saying? He was broke. So he had no choice. But at the end of the day, there's an old saying that says, look, if you owe the bank $1 million, the bank owns you. They'll close your accounts. You're radioactive. You file for bankruptcy. You're screwed. You owe the bank $1 billion. You own the bank.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you owe the bank $1 million, they own you. But if you owe the bank $1 billion, you own the bank. They don't just want to eat that loss. You know what I'm saying? No. They want their money back. And they'll loan you more money to go get it.
So that's why it's so important that we have to know information like this. And I'm gonna say this: go to the ones that know. Go to the experts. Don't go to people on the street. No. You got to go to the experts. You got to go to the ones that do taxes and be in business like you, brother Auntie. These are the people that we need to surround it by. Stop going these two-time people. They're not going. They don't know.
Well, the thing is, and that's what I say. Like, I just talk to business owners, small business owners, real business owners. I ain't talking about these super corporate owners and shit like that. They don't need guys like me. They have marketing teams in house. But your small to medium sized businesses, they they don't like to be. They become the employee when you start banging them. So when these people are telling you they're really just trying to separate us into, when they say they're trying to get rid of the middle class, that's the truth. They're trying to separate us into two classes. Ain't no middle class, ain't no upper middle class, ain't no lower middle class. They trying to just say rich, poor, that's it. All right, you're either rich or you're poor, and that's it. All right, you either own or you work. It's easier for people to be grouped like that, and it's easier for the rich to get richer like that. That's not good for us. You know what I'm saying? As people, for the most part, it's not going to be good for us. You're going to need like, what's the purpose of owning and running your own business if you're at the same level as your employees?
Right.
What's the purpose? It makes no sense. You're making decisions for them, but yet their decisions still have bearing on how your business runs. Like, and a lot of the times they don't know what they're doing. So it's just important that I think you do need the class system, because as soon as you separate us into two classes, that's when socialism kicks in, and that's when it migrates into communism. That's really what they're trying to do over here.
So yeah,
Turn this from a capitalist country into a communist country.
and it's nothing new.
Yeah, that's not new at all.
It's not new at all.
Yeah,
And that's That's a sad thing about it. That a lot that I find. I mean, throughout the years that I've been on this earth, it's a playbook. I told people there's playbooks out there has been played. It just modernized. It's just different times.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't know the playbook, you're gonna be had. And I learned this from my late father, and from Rizzy from Georgia, 5th grade re-level, and he told me this, man, the playbook ain't changed. It's right, like you say, it's the people and the time, bro. He said, you better understand that.
No, just like basketball, anything else, bro. Hey, it's still the same game. The rules may change, but it's still the same game.
Still the same game. Right. And so that's why I like one of the reasons that, and I remember when my late father told me that, he told me that when he was dying. And so I'm like, sometimes when you hear that, you go through life and everything, and then you think about it, wow, and you see how we already know the world really is, but see how it keep on evolving. And I'm talking about us as a people. And I said, dang, you still don't know the playbook? Dang, it's right there. You ain't turned like my late father, you ain't turned the pages. And we still doing the same thing, and I'm very appreciative because it brings it home right now what we talk about today. A lot of us, I'm talking about us as a people. I'm not talking about people. We don't know the playbook, brother Auntie.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. We think we do. We don't. And this why it goes back to this consumer mindset we have. We just want to be stagnant. We don't want to grow. That's why we having these conversations. When you be to me, or I could say for me, when you be stagnant, want to keep on talking about saying that all the time, you're not stimulant. You don't want to grow. I want to be stimulant, and I want to grow. I want to keep on learning as a 57-year-old. I want to keep on improving. But a lot of us, we just want to stay right there. This is my degree right there, and it stops. No, you so that means that you're not defining how the playbook really is. And so that is very, very important right now in this conversation. I know I'm talking to people outside right now. Y'all got to engage in the conversation. Stop having this consumer mindset that I want to be better, but you just want to stay on the degree where you at, because you're not growing. So when things start happening, and then when things don't come to you, I don't know why things ain't happen, because you stop. You don't want to grow. You don't want to realize what your potential is. So don't get mad at somebody want to take their potential to the next level, and do what and want the better things in life. You cannot get mad at them. So as for me, that's what I constantly keep on growing, keep on doing what I had to do. And that's very important. You gotta surround people that wants to grow.
That's a fact.
And
Most people
honest,
don't.
yeah,
People just want to feel a certain level of comfort. That's really
yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
You know, you know.
I don't want to be uncomfortable.
I mean, no, it just hurts. That's why I guess a politician's rhetoric will make people feel uncomfortable. Like anything just makes people feel uncomfortable, and it's getting worse these days. Cancel culture isn't making it any easier, on people. It's not. You know, it's not because there was a time when hey, people would just say, hey, man, look, that's just the way the world works. That's life. And now it's like, no, 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 but you said this, and this is just this hurt the feelings of this group, or this was homophobic, this was anti-Semitic, this was that. You can't even offend anybody anymore. And let's just keep it real. These conversations are when you talk about, you got political parties, you got groups, you got communities. Somebody's going to be offended just by you focusing on your own best interest. You're likely going to offend someone,
Mhm.
if you're vocal about it. So
Yeah.
that's just the way it is. So pretty much that's what they're telling you is, hey, you're not allowed to speak on what your own best interests are.
Mhm.
Your best interests are less important than offending somebody. You know, this person's feelings or this group's feelings are more important than your best interest. That's what they're telling you,
Yeah.
and that's crazy.
Isn't it? Yeah, so and even like you defend that that is true. Oh no, it's not. But the truth is right in front of your face. And so yeah, and it's very important. And also let me say this, family too. While you growing, you're not gonna know everything. So ask questions, but ask the right questions. The ones that gonna give you the knowledge and give you the information to grow too. Stop be thinking that you know everything because you don't. Ask questions. But it's up to you to take that and turn it and be on the next level of improvement, the next level of striving. Because you gotta work at it, family. It's not gonna be giving it to you. So that's very important.
Well, I mean, people get caught up with the fool's gold. They really do think that the government will hand them things. They're like, oh, that's free money. I was like, there's no such thing. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. They're like, free money has never existed
Yeah.
ever. You know,
I said
there's a,
free what?
there's a price on everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sure is. Yeah. It really
You know,
is. It's a price everything. I had somebody tell me, hey, free money, free where?
that's what I said. There's no such thing. You know, that's
Well,
why
free where? Right.
well, people are like, oh well, healthcare should be free. This is free. I only pay $25 a month for my healthcare or whatever, and I got this and I got that. It's like, yo, somebody's got to pay for that. Like somebody's got to
Right.
pay for that. I mean, this is one of the reasons why doctors and surgeons don't get paid like school teachers. You know, somebody's paying for this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
somebody's got to pay for that supplement, but you don't care because you weren't the one paying for it.
You ain't the one paying for it, right?
You know,
Exactly.
but somebody's got to pay for it. So that's why that person opposes you when it comes to the voting poll. No,
It's so
it's not because they're a racist. It's because they don't
right,
want to have to pay for your insurance while theirs is impossible to afford.
right,
They
exactly.
can't even afford their own, but yet they're forced to pay for yours too. You
I
know,
got an argument with somebody.
that's why they're voting against your best interest, because it's not in their best interest. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
they're racist. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that they're stupid. It doesn't. It just means that, hey, they got their interest and you got yours. And I thought that's what democracy was supposed to be about. It means majority wins, majority rules. That's the way it's supposed to be. So hey, if it's more people that are voting this way, hey, that's the direction we're gonna go in. But people are like, no, 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 that's not the way it's supposed to go. You know. It's not the way it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go with what I want. Fuck majority, fuck all of that. But yet they claim to be proponents of democracy. Makes no sense.
It doesn't. Life is not free.
Yeah.
Life is not free. I got in an argument with somebody years ago. This when I first left my brother's house and I got my own place in Virginia. And he said, "Yeah, I'm getting free insurance." That's not free.
No
Somebody
such
paying
thing.
for it.
No
Ain't no
such thing.
such
Yeah.
thing, bro. I say no such thing. How do you know? It ain't free, bro. I said I could prove to you right now. You gotta. Oh yeah, this my house. I said they paying for your insurance. I got a barbecue. They paying for your insurance, so it's not free. Now, are you getting the benefits of it? Yes, but that's not free. Oh, you don't know, but I show him. So I showed him. It's not free. I said you listen to the wrong people. So now now I'm talking about 11 years, almost 12 years ago. So now you still got people that this is free too. No, it's not free. Yo, it's free food. It's not free. Stop. It's not free. Not free at all. So we have to understand how it works. And the sad thing about it, a lot of us we don't know. I gonna say we don't want to, we don't know, but we refuse. Because yeah, I'm getting this. It's not free. It's not free. I said no. No.
Hey, this is one of the reasons why I tell people, hey, if you don't, just like JT just said, hey, ask questions, and if you don't know, it's okay. Don't listen to these people trying to shame you because you didn't vote. It's okay. You don't have to vote if you don't know who the hell you're voting for. Please don't go into that damn booth and Christmas tree the ballot. Please
Right.
don't. Please don't. Okay, it's you're doing more harm than good. All that. Oh, if you don't vote, you can't complain. Hey, if you don't know what these candidates are about, who backs them, what's in your best interest and what's not, do the homework, do the research, and then cast your vote. But I think an uninformed voter, you know what I'm saying, is way worse. You know, it's way worse than somebody that just sits out.
Yeah, because you have the right to ask a question. It goes back to my point a little hour ago. Vote for your interest.
Mhm.
Vote for your interest. Don't go to polls and man, this. But I'm going by whatever you ask questions, and they cannot ask your questions. Those are ones that you don't vote for. Period.
Yeah,
Don't vote for them. If
that's
they
simple.
not willing, to sit down to have a conversation, and they not willing to tell you the plan or put out a plan, don't vote for them.
That's it.
Don't.
And also, if they're not willing to come to your town, your city, your state and
Yep.
campaign,
Mm-hmm.
that should tell you everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got too many ways to get. You can get in touch with anybody in the damn world now. I don't care who you are. For the most part, they'll converse with you, or you can at least converse with some kind of campaign manager or something. These people are social media personalities, just like we are. For the most
Yep.
part, somebody's got an answer on their Twitter accounts, and on their social media pages and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
they should be able to answer a lot of these damn questions, especially for
Yeah.
black folks. Like, yeah, black folks really don't deserve that same answer that they always get when it's like, look, what are you going to do for the black community? No, like you still never gotten that answer from any candidates after like 60, 70 years. Like, you still have not gotten that answer from any candidate. And I ain't even just talking about presidential candidates. They're scared to answer that. They don't want to answer that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Force them to at least give you an answer, even if they say nothing, whatever. At least it be an honest answer.
Yeah. Like it was one time, right? I think it was back in 2016. I never forget I was doing food shopping, right? So it was this black woman. She was running for city council, in the town that I'm in. And so she said, "Yeah, would you vote for me? Are you having a town meeting?" we want to get to know you and stuff like that. No, you know my record. Or no, are you having a town meeting?
For real.
Are you having a town meeting so we can get to know you? Because I'm not gonna vote for you if you I said anybody can stand on the corner. I could stand. I said I'm a content creator. I could put my live on and be on the corner. You know what I'm saying? I could do that within minutes. Are you having a town meeting and have your staff to pass pass the stuff out so they could come so we can get to know. But you know what they say? Oh, you shouldn't say that because you go against a black woman. That's not what I go against a black man too.
Yeah.
And that is our problem. These politicians do not want to engage with us, but they want our vote. No, I know I'm not voting for you. No. You don't even want to engage. You don't even want to engage within the community. You just want to. It's like these old people say. You just wishy washy.
Yeah.
That's all you are.
I mean, you know where I am. I'm in the state of Florida.
Right.
And this was, I mean, the last governor's race was, it was DeSantis versus Andrew Gillum. And the black folks was out here campaigning for Andrew Gillum real hard. And I'm like, yo, why some people were asking me on social media and even in person, hey, can you count on your vote? I'm like, no. And they're like, why not? I'm like, because he's trying to impose a state tax on Floridians. We don't have no state tax in Florida, so why the hell would I vote for that? Like, this is why I'm here. Like, if I want a state tax, I'll move to Georgia where I can get a damn 5-bedroom home for like a quarter of the price that I get one for here. You know what I'm saying? For the price of my 2-bedroom apartment, I get a 5-bedroom home in Georgia if I want to pay state tax too.
Right.
So I'll just move from Florida. Like, I don't understand that. And then, you know what I'm saying? Of course, he has some questionable things regarding education. The only thing that he had for education was just pay the teachers more. I was like, no changes to the curriculum, no changes to the regulations and requirements for training. Like, there's nothing with that. You just want to pay them more. You want to pay subpar teachers more money instead of bringing them up to par. Come on. I don't see how that helps anything. I mean, if you pay them more, you might be able to get other teachers to come in from other states. But I don't think putting the teachers that are here out of work just to bring teachers in from other states is going to help anything. I would prefer to bring the teachers up to a higher standard that are actually here, that are already here because they're already Floridians. And they're like, but he's a black man. I'm like, so what the fuck? What's that mean? What does that mean? It makes no damn sense. And sure enough, you know what I'm saying, he lost Gillum lost the election by a hair. And then, a year later, he was found in a hotel room with some substances and a male prostitute and all types of other stuff that I'm not gonna mention on your show. But I'm like, this is the guy that these people were running around here begging for. And at first, do you know, people were telling me, I think it's a setup. I don't think it's true. And then I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah, give it 48 hours. I won't no more than 48 hours. Sure enough, 48 hours later, the man had to issue a public apology that he was going to rehab and all this other damn stuff. I'm like, this is the guy that y'all that y'all wanted in charge.
He was there. I clean it up for you, brother T, because you family, you brother. So I'm gonna say them. He showed with the same ones, if you know what I mean. The same ones. That's all we gonna say. The same ones. Y'all, you make it out and everything. Yeah, just personal preference. He like back doors, and then okay. So
I didn't know nothing about that. I was just like, the state tax on Floridians was plenty for me. I'm good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good on that. And then when I found the rest, I ain't surprised.
Well, you know what? Hold that thought, brother Nt, because I want to read this or Joe's play. He said, getting ended up doing the Marion Barry.
But Marion Barry made a lot of difference.
No, because I gotta say this because there's somebody living in the same town, and so and I know about of Marion Barry. So no. Can I say that? I gave all due
His
respect.
his personal didn't affect his business.
No, his personal did not affect his business. No. Mm-mm. And matter of fact, he helped a lot of people, especially us as African descent. Because I know one right here, and I even know some live in DC, and they okay, so we got to do our own homework now. Got to do our homework. You my boy, you my man. Everything. Everybody got personal, but the outcome. Are you helping our people? That's are you helping people? That's the outcome. So we gotta be real careful.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I mean, 12 L's. I see. I just saw the comment. Hey, if that dude's a problem, it's cool. If he's a problem for you, it's all great. I ain't gonna say you're gonna have my vote for president, but as far as for governor, I'm cool with it. Even in the midst of a global pandemic, you know what I'm saying? That governor's office is what kept me working. So that was in my best interest. You know, when other companies was getting shut down and everything else, you know, I got a letter from the state's office emailed right to me saying that I'm an essential worker because I'm essential to businesses to run. You know? Like I'm not a doctor's office. No, I'm not a pharmacy, but because of the work that I do for doctors' offices and pharmacies, it's essential that I'm working. You know, so I didn't have any gap in employment when other people were forced to shut down. So that helped me. The fact that as a Floridian, I ain't got no state tax. We'd have voted the other way. There would have been a state tax. Like there's a lot of things that was just, hey, it was just in my best interest. So I'm like, hey, if it's in your best interest, I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Vote the other way. I ain't mad at nobody for voting in their own best interest, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna vote for mine. And I don't care what somebody's skin tone is. On that note, bro, I do have to bounce. I want to thank you.
I'm gonna ask you one more. I'm gonna ask you one more question. What about the change of curriculum?
Well, hey, as far I think they need to, of course, you know, history books kind of need to be rewritten. You know, history books definitely need to be rewritten. Of course, you know, mathematics curriculum regarding mathematics, you know, technology. I think they need to start. They just need to revamp that for people at earlier ages, you know, regarding education, and also, you know, just the training that these teachers get. It needs to be more extensive. I think they need to be trained in psychology. They need to be trained in psychology and actually have to deal with children and their personalities instead of just understanding the X's and O's and the subjects that they teach. They actually need to know how to deal with kids, because kids have social media addictions now. They have addictions to technology. They have, like, it's just a different day and age, you know, that we live in. So for the most part, you got people teaching our kids that really don't even know how to deal with kids. They just have a degree.
You know what? As for me being a part of special ed, and I, you know, for me, I don't have a problem saying this, and I could tell you as a child that it was no psychologist was teach how to deal with our kids, and I'm telling you, I experienced it, that even my late parents had to come up and everything, and then it was deliberate was not psychology. It was like I could say, like, doing in the 80s, I see like some improvement, but right now is, you know, I'm not talking about just special education, but I talk about children. They you know, it has to be improvement, and I'm telling you that what I know is there's no empathy, there's no psychology, there's nothing, and I think that is another conversation that we need. I think, you know, y'all gave me an idea. We should definitely talk about that, of psychology.
Well, you know, also these standardized tests and everything. I understand how it was in Florida for a while. Everything was a standardized test. Now, I don't have a problem with standardized testing. The question is just, who are you testing? If you've got this large percentage of kids scoring low on standardized tests, I don't think it speaks to how behind kids are. And I don't think you should hold their high school diplomas from them because they didn't pass a test. That's a test for the teachers. And the fact of the matter is, the teachers that I remember were the ones that understood. They knew how to get through to multiple different types of children. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just, oh, I'm gonna teach this way, some kids get it and some kids don't, whatever. Nah, you know what I'm saying? They had methods to be able to get through to everybody.
Right.
Or as many kids as they could. And when there was, you know what I'm saying, when there was a problem and a teacher couldn't get through to a child in one class, they moved that child and get them to a teacher or an environment in which you can get through to them. But right now it's more of just, hey, whatever. If you don't get it the way we're giving it to you, whatever. So what?
Right.
Whatever. We'll just give you a prescription and send you on your way. That's what they doing to our kids now. You know, they just give them a prescription and diagnose them with some 4-letter disorder or something, 3 or 4 letter disorder. So that's a problem. I mean,
Yeah.
I just remember, growing up in New York, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, you know, children's gifts, and it really didn't matter what race you were, any of that. They went out of their way, and this is in the 80s and
Yeah.
90s. Up north,
Right.
they went out of their way to make sure that kids' gifts and stuff were cultivated. You
Yeah.
know, they were cultivated, and kids were encouraged to to maximize their strengths and minimize their weaknesses. And now I think it's kind of like the other way around.
Gotcha.
When a kid is a strong speaker or an independent thinker or something, they go out of their way to silence it. That's just what I see with education across the board. You know what I'm saying? They consider that insubordinate. That's a problem and everything else. When
Right.
it's like, nah, man, this is when, you know what I'm saying, you get that kid on the debate team. You know what I'm saying? If he's vocal, he's an independent thinker. That's supposed to be your student body president. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be, the one that the teacher actually stays with after class, that's able to galvanize the troops and get the other, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he can interpret the message to the other kids, stuff like that. They would put kids in environments where they could succeed. You know, rather than just shun them. So I think it's just got to be a little more than that.
Yeah, I'm going. I think I'm what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do a special live, and explain to people why psychology is very important. And I'm gonna talk about my experience. And I think that I never really get into it, but I think it's time. I think it's time. I ain't gonna say it's time. I think it's now ought to be needed, and how I'm going to and how it's parallel to right now what we was talking about, and I think it is very important because when you see what's going on and you see how things is lining up and everything, and I guess that's why one of the reasons I don't can say for me I could dissect what's going on because it happened to me. So when I see like how the jails is full up and how things here and there and everything because I seen it, I've been through. I mean, I ain't see people, but I see people get locked up. Oh, good because of the behavior problem. No, you don't know how to deal with that.
There
And
you
then,
go.
then it's like a revolving door. You put another teacher there, and they don't know how to deal with. So I seen that even sometime when I come home, my parents sometimes to pick me up. I used to be in tears because this is my best friend. He ain't did nothing wrong. He
Um,
act out, listen, I need help and everything, and they put him to like a school, and there's no help has he happened, and it was like just pass, or we gonna lock him up, or lock her up, or give him medicine they
I was about to
don't
say,
need.
yeah, or give them a prescription. I used to
Yeah,
date a woman like that,
right,
man. She was teaching some subject in 10th grade. I forget what it was, but every night she would complain, these kids just don't get it. By this age, they should be here. And when you turn this age, you should be here. I'm like, yo, you're the teacher. It's your job to get through.
right.
Like it's your job to get through. If your methods aren't working, what are you doing to cultivate your methods? Well, they're at this age and they should understand. I'm like, you and your ass is 37 years old. How come you don't understand?
Let me tell
You
you,
know what I'm
I
saying?
had
Like the kids are the problem. Me and this chick used to argue all the time about that. I'm like, don't even talk to me about your damn job. Because I'll be real. If you were teaching my kid, me and you be arguing every damn day, and I would have removed my kid from all of your classes.
let me tell you, I remember when
But
I
hey, I'm
was
sorry, I can't stay up. I'm a little late for an appointment right now,
okay.
dog.
Thank you, brother
Thanks for
Anthony.
having me up, dog. Hey, I'm gonna chop it up with you again. I appreciate you having me up, though, JT, man. Thank you so much. It was a great
Thank you. Thanks for
conversation,
your
dude.
input as always. And share this out, y'all.
Yeah. Salute, fam. Peace.
Salute. All right, peace. And let me get big. Oh, gee. Oh, okay. And let me say this too. I had this teacher named he was a Jew racist. That's what I'm gonna say. His name Mr. Sorkin. And Mr. Sorkin had these old books, racist books back in the 1930s and 40s. And I believe he was like 81, 82. He was in this, he was pushing, and he was dirty too. And he said, "Hey, this is what you look like." And I used to say, "No, that's not me. That you're a racist." And I dare say, "You're a racist." No, that's not me. And I remember the kids that did not know what was going on. I said, "That's not y'all." And I remember that he did not want to call the principal because the principal, his name was Mr. Brown. He was light skinned, Afro, pro-black all the way. And they were trying to do whatever they can to get him out. But hey, you know how the teachers union was. So, and they still is right now. And I never forget, he was very afraid to walk down to the principal office. So I walked out his class and I went to Mr. Brown. I said, "This is he showing the books. This how he treating us and everything." And it said, "I know you brought up, but Mr. Brown, I can't take it, and to do like this." And they fired him right there. And I don't know what happened after that. But everybody, this happened like back in 77. So I'm saying from 77 now, right now in over 40 years, what do you think is really happening right now, fam? What do you think is really happening right now? I want you to think on that. And we got brother G on here. What's going on, brother? Long time. Finally got on. Hello? You on? I got you on.
Ah, 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 ah. It's been a long time. Get a chance to do this with you, brother.
Hey, peace to you, man. Peace to you. How you
Yeah,
feel?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Like I said, I've been keeping busy. My channel's growing. Just did an interview.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, I just did an interview last night. I got one tomorrow. Right now, I'm
Okay.
working on some content for some couple of shows coming up this weekend, and just trying to stay above water, black man. That's all I'm trying to do.
But I'm trying to do what I have to do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff is happening. A lot of stuff have Miss Martial Arts. I be watching and everything, and it's like but we gonna talk more about that in the near future and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Me and James, we did something a little together about a couple weeks ago. We might do something together. Maybe week after next is a big,
on your channel.
yeah, yeah, because we had a little discussion. Like one of my favorite fighters, she lost the fight. Well, actually, it was a draw, with some BS. But Ella's did that, brother. It's just
You
we
ain't
try to
let me
keep.
know.
Well, sometimes you be busy. Sometimes you be doing something while we're doing something. And then we're not sure we next time we get something together, we'll let you know. But sometimes you're a busy man. We know that. You're on the road,
Yeah,
you're traveling, you got the missus. You got the missus.
no, don't even, yeah, right. But but it started off from my channel though, right?
Yes, I know it's started time. And we appreciate you, brother. But sometimes you gotta let the children go out in the world and grow sometimes. You get stand up and be proud. But when we get something together, we'll make sure we have you on. Because
Yeah.
yeah, because James got his new apartment. It looks pretty good from what I
Okay.
saw of it.
Yeah,
Proud
because
of him.
of because we got some unfinished business. We talking about one of the best fighters ever, the men and the women. I want to do it on the channel. We got to do this up before the year's out.
Yeah, okay, we can set it up. You got his number. Let him know, and then we'll figure out when the best time we do it. Can do maybe time is flying, brother. I mean, maybe before before December or something. Maybe like November, maybe
Yeah,
October or November.
I'm looking at December because I got to get some things out the way and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So December's good before Christmas.
yeah, before Christmas. So we got the holidays. So it won't be so dragged in. Maybe somewhere after a little, maybe a week so after Thanksgiving. So that'd be that little meal part before everything starts getting hectic. Because usually throughout Thanksgiving, that's when things start getting hectic. You got the start of I think that's the start of Black Friday, ain't that? At Thanksgiving, I'm trying to remember.
Something like that. Around Kwanzaa. No. Around Kwanzaa. No. Sorry, Kwanzaa.
We used to do it a long
Kwanzaa.
time ago. My mom was alive, and when the kids were still growing up, and, but now I don't want to go out. No, hell no. People act crazy. I mean, you remember the story of the two women fighting over a Cabbage Patch Kid, and busting their heads. I mean, it's just people. People got to stand.
I know. I had people that email me not too long ago and say, "Why you don't do stories like that? Because it's not meaningful to me. Everybody else talking about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why I'm gonna do a story that everybody talking about? No. So I'm always gonna stick with what I'm gonna do and everything. But I definitely want to get back doing the martial arts again, stuff like that. But this is gonna take a little time because I know, I'm into and I'm proud of you and James what he doing and stuff like that, and I'm proud of y'all keeping the good work and everything. But tell people what you're doing because I'm getting ready to close this out in a few.
Well, folks, as you know, if you follow my channel, my name is George Page, all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Badminton Talk. I do content on women's bodybuilding. Also, I do content on MMA. My channel is to educate people about what it is for these women in this sport of boxing. Bodybuilding, because it's a sport that most people don't understand. Now, all people who look at bodybuilding is just you just put a bunch of muscles and like that, but it's more than that. You have to follow a diet. You have to be consistent. You have to really change aspects of your life, like healthy living. It's a extreme sport, and yes, there is steroid use or antibiotic use, but as long as is reason and not too extreme, it's good. Some people can build muscle naturally. That's a different style of nutrition. But if anyone's interested, let me. I'll leave in the comment section. I'll link to my channel, also my social media. If anybody want to come over, check out, watching videos, look at some pics. Right now, I'm working on some stuff because I got I got some shows coming up. A couple ladies who I know are competing this weekend, and some ladies who we got an interview tomorrow with ladies. We used to compete, but she's in another form of business. But like I said, I want people to understand that this is it's a real sport. It's been around for years. And most people, when you think of bodybuilding, you think of maybe two people, Schwarzenegger or Lou Ferrigno. You know who Lou Ferrigno is? If you remember, he's like me, JT, he grew up. Lou Ferrigno was the Incredible Hulk, the original Incredible Hulk, not the CGI. The green paint, he runs the slow motion. Even he was in. He made appearances in a couple of Marvel movies with Incredible Hulk. There was that one back in the early 2000s, and then there was the one a few years later, which started the MCU. He played both of those. He played a security guy, and he also voiced Incredible Hulk in some animated series. But but there's some amazing ladies who I've become friendly with, and I enjoy my conversation with them. And this is great, But maybe not everybody's standard, or maybe what somebody's into. But generally, it's a sport that just, if you're ever curious and you ever want to know something, go to my channel. I do a thing called comparison videos.
Got you. Yeah.
And I leave the links to the ladies on their social media on the videos. Check them out. Reach out to them. Some of these ladies would love to have people who want to be educated about the sport, and maybe on some friendships. Yes, there's some women out there that can be a little bit, because the fact is they're used to people harassing them and picking on them or whatever else. But then there's some good general ladies out there who enjoy when people reach out to them and show support and respect at the same time. But I also got a rule for you guys out there: no deep breaths. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, thank you. Well, I gotta go, and so gotta get myself together. But thank you. Have a blessed one.
You too. Thank you. And you have the best one too.
All right. This one is Ghost. Have a great day.